Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to the Whistle Pig Palace. Look at that beautiful sunrise over the Smoky Mountains.
Amazing.
I took this video. It's right from our campsite. We're at Douglas Headwaters State Park. And some of you might not know this, but Mal makes all of our videos. She goes through a lot of work. There's Marmot Garden, the campsite. Nobody's going to attack us. Anyway, so I decided to give her this week off, and I made the video this week. So be easy on your criticisms. This is my video.
Nobody's going to criticize it. People love these things. What we really like is when we can hike around near our campsite. So this was literally across the street. And what I liked is we were in a really touristy area. Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Sevierville. We don't have any idea. Anyway, you turn off the highway and then you're just like in this rural area and you're by the dam and you can take this whole walk.
We did this almost every day on our lunch. Pickled bologna. Very glad we did not spend $20 a jar.
We were supposed to eat it on crackers.
We did eat it on crackers. You're going to see a video coming up where we're eating it on crackers.
I forgot.
Okay, so Mal watched a TikTok that apparently a thing in Kentucky and Tennessee is pickled bologna. So I went over to the little bait shop and I found pickled bologna. $1 per slice. She said what the TikTok said to do is put it on a cracker and eat it. So here we are trying the food of the locals.
Everything she said was correct.
Okay, you ready?
No.
Here's the pickled bologna.
Oh, I'm getting a cracker.
Oh, I'm getting a pickle.
Oh my.
Overwhelming with pickle. Stay tuned. Okay, we've had some water. My review is that I don't like pickle, and that was overwhelming of pickle. That's never going to be something I like.
I think that the ratio of sausage to pickle or sausage to cracker was a little bit too much. So maybe if I cut like a coin size, I might be able to stomach it. How did the woman react when you asked for 2 of them?
She seemed fine with it,
Okay,
you know.
people
And I
be
thought,
eating them, I guess.
I thought one of each, one for each, but I'm gonna let you have both in as small a portion as you want.
Great. This is Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and I'm introducing it because last time Emily was a psycho.
Let's resurrect Great Smoke. I won't do it.
This is the Laurel Falls Trail, one of the 2 hikes that we went on in the national park. Us and 30 of our closest friends. You can see them there. But Emily said this is a legit waterfall and it was worth it.
You know, sometimes when you just get up there and there may or may not be a waterfall, this was a big one.
Yeah, I think the difference is because we're in Colorado, you have to wait until the snow melts, and then there's no waterfall. But here, I don't know if this is year-round.
I don't know where this is coming from, but it was a big one.
Best most things in your
life. Okay, Mal, okay. Got to check off another high point hike with one of the most popular trails in the park, Clingman's Dome. So this is actually the highest point in Tennessee. The trailhead does begin in North Carolina, but by the time you end up, you're back in Tennessee. It's only a mile up, but it's straight up. It does also cross the Appalachian Trail, which I thought was super cool. I don't think those people are actually Appalachian Trail hikers. This is where we're going, as I'm out of breath. It actually started snowing on the way up, so that was something too. I was in shorts because, you know, I've lived in Colorado and I know mountains, and these aren't real mountains. Okay, they're real mountains, guys. There was snow up there. But look at these 360 views from the top.
And then we had a picnic in the rain. I love a picnic though. Like, remember when we were outside of Aspen?
Yeah, the grottos. Take a little meat, little cheese, little nuts, little hike.
Yeah, and it was like moss covered and there were trees. So even though it was raining, we were right across from this great river.
I think that it was raining made it wasn't crowded. We had almost that whole place to ourselves.
If you want to call it that. But we had a parking spot, and we had a picnic table, and we got to climb around on these rocks. So
I'd say it was a success. This is Old Forge Distillery. It's in Pigeon Forge. Normally we are beer people, but since we're in Tennessee, drink like the locals, we decided to try ourselves some moonshine.
Did you get that box of communion cups in your video?
No.
We did end up buying a jar of French vanilla moonshine, and we made creamsicles
with orange soda. They were great. What you're seeing now is the Bark. It's a dog bar in Knoxville. brought our dogs to a dog bar so they could sit on our table while we tried to drink our beers. Whole place to run around. Gonna sniff my hair while I drink a beer. Week started out nice, but by the weekend, the rains came.
We were sitting in the dinette when we noticed water pooling inside the camper. So I jumped out, climbed on the roof, and pulled a tarp over the slide.
Which we then secured with dog ties.
MacGyver. That's what I call Melinda. Emily when she's not around.
You know we love a small town museum. This is the Cades Cove Museum in Myrtle, Tennessee.
Cades Cove was a settlement before the area became a national park, and all of the people were forced out by the government during the Great Depression, and they weren't really paid that much for their land. The same thing happened at Mammoth Cave, and we wondered, because there were signs that said like 500 people inhabited the area and they were all forced to move. We were like, where did those people go? So it was really cool that we found this small museum with an explanation about what happened to the people of Cades Cove.
This was my favorite character from the museum. So this is Kermit and his wife, Lois. Kermit was the last living survivor of Cades Cove until he died in 1999. And this is the last can of beans he ever canned on this stove.
This is Blackberry Farm Brewery, and literally the only reason we went here is because we saw a man with a t-shirt, and their logo is a quilt square.
Come for the quilt square, stay for the beer. They had an amazing sour cherry lambic, and the place was just very cute inside. Their decorator, their marketer, somebody did a great job.
Great aesthetic. This is Myrtle's Chicken and Beer. Emily made me a giant list of all the stuff we were supposed to do in Knoxville, and this was on the top.
Oh.
This is a tomato pie.
Oh my god, this was so good. Cheesy, fresh, flaky.
It was essentially a pie crust with tomatoes and then like 10 different kinds of cheeses and basil.
We had some other food here too. Chicken and waffles, rotisserie chicken, southern sides, but the tomato pie was really the star.
Yeah, why is there bones in my chicken? Why is there bones? This is Xül Boop, boop, boop. Yep, don't you want to go there? Anyway, the vibe was off. The bartenders were really mean, but they had amazing beer.
So good. They had a peanut butter jelly beer. It's that one on the end. You can see Mal. This is where I left her. One too many peanut butter jelly beers and got on the pole. I know it's customary in our videos to end with a picture of where we're going, but this is my video. And you ain't ever going to see a sunset this good again. So you're getting it twice. See y'all in Burnside, Kentucky.